All right, Casey Jacobsen now with us for a few minutes to break down U of A going on to the Sweet 16, meeting Houston on Thursday night. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I need you to go in the Wayback Machine, Casey. Ben Mathurin, the other U of A guards. Where would you put this kid? Because that's the buzz out here. Is he better than Mike Bibby? Is he better than Miles Simon, Damon Stodham? All these guards, Casey. Where would you put him?
Well, there's two different ways to answer that question, Brad. And one is, where would you put him as far as talent and potential? And he's probably at the top of the list. I mean, I don't know if there's a better pro prospect from a shooting guard perspective than Ben Mathurin right now in college hoops. I mean, I would say Jaden Ivey for Purdue, Ben Mathurin for Arizona. Those are the two that you're looking at. Prototypical, you build a shooting guard in the lab and they look like those two guys, you know? However, when we're talking about Arizona, like legacy, look, man, this guy he only won a round of 32 game. Right. So before we start comparing him to Mike Bibby and my good friend, Miles Simon, and some of my peers like Gilbert Arenas and, you know, Jason Gardner, all those guards that played so well. Yeah. Andre Iguodala. He's got to win some more games now before we can even have that conversation. Okay. So it's fun. I understand. And his performance was one of, if not the best individual performance when you consider kind of the spectacular part of it, coupled with he was also clutch in every single moment where Arizona needed it. You could probably argue that was the best individual performance so far of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no, he's fun to watch. Casey Jacobsen, of course, Fox college sports analyst, breaking it down with Arizona running on to the Sweet 16. Did you find yourself on Sunday night saying, please pass the ball inside? There's a big man down there that needs to eat. Or, you know, they've got good looks, so I'm fine with them settling for the perimeter stuff.
Yeah, well, the word you used right there was settling. As long as you're not settling for contested, off the bounce, bad twos or threes, then I'm okay. Catch and shoot threes for this Arizona team and any team in the country are good. If they're open, catch and shoot off of ball movement, player movement, I'm all good. Like, so Kirk Kriisa went 1 for 10 from three. Some of them were poor shot selection. Some of them, though, were at the end of the shot clock and he just had to get it up, right? You can't really put some of those on him. The ones where Kerr and others, Justin Kier, Dalen Terry does some of this too, and even Ben Mathurin, off the dribble, contested, those are settling. And Arizona's got to get rid of those. They got to get rid of those. Mm-hmm. When Christian Koloko is, what was he, like 10 for 11 at one point in this game?
Right.
Yeah. But at the same time, Brad, Christian Koloko is not a great back to the basket one-on-one post big. Let's say that too. He's not terrible, but that's not what Arizona, when they come out down on the offense, like Illinois, for example, with their center, Kofi Coburn, they're trying to get him the ball and just let him go and let him make the decisions and let him score. That's not how this Arizona team is built. And that's not Christian Koloko's strength. He can do that on occasion, but he is better on the move, right? Picking and diving. You're throwing lobs to him. He's really good in transition. He's amazing on the offensive glass. All of those things really aren't one-on-one, throw the ball into Christian and let him work. So there is that balance to this Arizona offense. And even when a guy like Koloko has it going, it's not necessarily, okay, now we just throw Christian Koloko the ball. They've never done that all year. So I don't know why they would do that in the most important game of the year.
Casey Jacobsen with us, Fox College basketball, breaking it down. Okay, Thursday night, what do you see big picture early in the week, U of A, Houston?
Well, if you think that the TCU game was a dogfight, wait till Kelvin Sampson brings his Cougars to Texas. It's like visiting the dentist, Brad. You have to do it in order to advance, right, and be healthy, but you don't want to do it because it's painful. They're going to take you out of your offense. They're going to make you run your offense about 5 feet further from the basket than you want to. I thought it was good that TCU hammered Arizona on the glass, on the offensive glass. And you will say, why would you say that's good? because it's perfect preparation for what Houston's going to do. Houston's even better than TCU at crashing the offensive floors. To now go and be able to watch that film session, Tommy Lloyd and the staff are going to be talking about, hey, we got to fix this, and here's how, instead of having to fix it on the fly. So they get a couple of days now to prep, I think will only be more helpful. The questions for this matchup are, can Houston make enough threes? Certainly. Can they score enough to keep up with Arizona once they go on runs? This is a Houston team that is without two starters from the beginning of their year. Marcus Sasser, who I thought was clearly their best player, out with a season-ending injury a couple months back, and yet Kelvin Sampson and the Cougs continue to win. Their best player is Kessler Edwards. He's a transfer from Texas Tech. He's a volume shooter, Brad. Kessler, I've seen him go nuts, and I've also seen him just, completely disappear. He's a three-point shooter. That's what he wants. He's hunting the three-point arc, and they give him total freedom to do that. So I think priority number one for Arizona is to keep Houston off the offensive glass, rebound defensively. And point number two is do not let Kessler Edwards get going from the three-point arc. Make him put it on the ground and try and finish over length.
As always, good stuff. Thank you once again, Casey. Enjoy the tournament.
All right, Brad. Thanks a lot, man.